And we're back. Hello, all.
Yay.
Part 2 of Wobbegong Crew. Hey, so a thing just occurred to me during break, which is, Pete, if you're like,
Yes.
I don't like that, there's two things worth knowing about Blades. One of them is that the fiction is always what we say it is. So if you're like, that's really not what I want to have happen, it is totally reasonable for you to say, like, let's roll that back. And if we all agree, or if we find a way to talk, like, we don't have to do a thing that you feel fundamentally opposed to. And the second one is that while Blades is not geared at being PvP, like, per se, like, it doesn't specifically pit our characters against each other, it is inevitable that characters will come to disagreements about things. And when they do, it's incumbent upon the players to say, how do we want to resolve this? Do we want to use dice rolls? Do we want to do whatever? So what I realized is I was kind of, as a player, I was sort of like just bulling a China. I was just sort of like pushing through that, being like, Maud just does this thing. And putting you in the position where, you know, if you wanted to stop her, you might have had to be like, I physically stop her, and that may not be canon style. So if you feel like this is a thing that was important that we not do, like, we can totally, I don't know, if everybody's cool with it, there's nothing wrong in Blades with us going back and saying, like, no, let's make a opposed sway rolls or something like that to figure out who.
I think it's pretty clear in this confrontation, Charming takes a step back and is literally asked what you guys want to do.
Yeah, exactly. So this could be back inside Skurlock's place.
No, because I mean the whole reason why I didn't speak up at that point in time is because I was fine with you guys going ahead with it. Pete was fine with you guys going ahead with it.
Cool.
Okay. Scannon is not okay with it.
Yeah,
Pete is okay with you guys.
I mean, that's the best, right? But I don't want Pete to not be okay with it because
no, Pete's totally okay with it.
Cool.
Or else I would have said something. I promise. I'm not a silent sufferer. I would sit there and go, no, wrong, no. I'm going to take Scannon's going to take a pistol, put it in the kid's head, pull the trigger, bam, there we go, problem solved.
Well, and that is certainly a way to do it, and that's totally legit. Right. But there's also, if you feel like Scannon has a compelling argument that Maud would have every good reason to listen to, it is totally legitimate to be like, that's not how we roll, Maud. And like,
I roll. Well, okay,
and me like first off, agree to that. You know,
there are a couple things that came up, whether or not people realize this. Number one is that I was already stressed out, so that when I took your damage, I suffered a trauma.
Oh, I did not know that.
Exactly.
Is that number 3 for you?
Yeah. So that's the first
sugar.
Thing. Yeah. So that takes you out of the scene, really. I mean, you can. Right. Okay. Cool.
Right. So therefore, I opted for obsessive.
Cool.
And I decided that what my obsessiveness would be, pragmatist realist. That I would just be obsessed with keeping the jobs, keeping everything realistic and empirical, and not worrying about your nonsensical,
guilt feelings,
or things like that. Whatever your compassion. Your compassion doesn't have any place here.
Whatever you call that thing, that compassion thing that you're talking about.
Well, and it plays into my cold. It plays into
my
haunted and stuff like that, and the fact that I've watched a lot of people die, and probably gonna watch you guys die too.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, you probably
there's a level that I'm okay with that now. So.
Wow. So Scannon's really on the brink.
Yeah.
The 4th trauma is gone.
Yep.
So I think with the 4th trauma, I'm gonna go to jail for you guys. I think that's the one I'm gonna end up back in the hook.
Yeah.
I think that's a great you're clearly broken, Scannon. Go to jail. Go to jail for a while.
That's a good place for someone with 4 trauma to go. I'm sure they'll treat you really good.
I'll be so happy by then. Are you kidding me? I'll have all sorts of prowess and skirmish and finesse.
You were the scariest human being I know.
And people will be going left and right. Suddenly, what happened?
So,
we don't know. There was a shank suddenly in the back of his head. Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? How did that happen?
The food's not good in Iron Hook, but the mental health plan is really quite excellent. It's actually not bad.
It's amazing.
A lot of good therapists go to the Hook. A lot of good therapists study there.
I heard that.
Fuck Dr. Phil, we got Iron Hook. It's great.
Yeah, so I would like to then insert a tiny bit of the fiction, and just in that, like, in that moment where you were wrestling with this kid, when you trauma it out, that there's something like that the camera looks down at Scannon and like something clicks in his head, and just like, forget it, no more of this noise. Like I've dealt with enough of odd and sometimes maybe even charming sentimentalism, and I'm done. I'm just done with it. I'm done with that. Like this kid, we tried to help him, and he bit us. That is the story of our lives.
Plus, again, I think there's also a level in Scannon that sits there and says we shouldn't be bringing kids home, even if we're putting them on the boat. Right. We shouldn't be, helping out the governor's son because the governor didn't hire us. Yep. These are these things that it's interesting for me because while we were taking a break, I was sitting there thinking to myself, the whole reason why we started in the whole human trafficking thing against Dive was because Willoughby wanted that, and we agreed because Willoughby was kind of our de facto leader for a while. Mm-hmm. But why is that such a big deal? to us.
The Hive's activity such a big deal to us?
Why is human trafficking such a the Wobbegong crew? Have any of us been slaves?
Yeah, both have expressed in a willingness to let that take a back seat. The only person who's been against it really has been Charming.
Yeah. So that's just one of the things. Again, it's not practical for us to be in Duskfall and think that we can save Duskfall. That's not what we're here for. We're here to make money.
That's super great. Except for that, at Super Great, what's even better is that Maud is obsessed with getting Duskfall free of demons. So
So I think this is a great inter-character conflict. I mean, quite frankly. Yeah. But no, if Pete has a problem, Pete will speak up. Pete promises you. Even from the third person, he promises you.
The Pete will speak.
To make sure the Pete we're talking about is you, right?
Yes. No, it's still me. Why is there another one here?
Yeah, I'm all for you talking about yourself in the third person like Terry on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm totally for that. I'm down with that. I love
that show. I've seen every episode.
I love that show so much.
I love that show so much. Oh my god. I love that show.
But from a game point of view, I think we're solid.
Cool.
Awesome.
So,
let's downtime this mofo.
Yeah. Who's got stuff?
I'm easy. I'm just getting. I'm going in and I'm going to a spa. I'm getting a rub down. I'm getting cleansed. Getting a manicure. But I'm going to nice fancy places because now I've gone up a level in the world. I've hit a couple of places that I haven't been able to before.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a lifestyle now.
Yep.
And believe me, I'm really I don't think I'm going to overindulge, just because of what it is. What do we? It's a.
You click on Indulge Vice, and it'll roll it for you. But it's worth noting that if you bring a friend with you, then on any downtime action, then they can give you a bonus die. So if you want to go out getting cleaned up, I think what Charming really, really, really should do is start a long-term project to get one of the kids in our crew as his contact, so that he can go take the kids to do these things, and it would help him reduce stress and all that jazz.
The first thing Charming's doing is getting business cards made, and a little suit suit jacket's made, even though the underclothes are still dirty. A pristine little suit jacket is made for Prince, and I give him my cards, and I take him to the. I'm introducing him down the lane as I'm kind of introducing myself. And it's clear he's got the dirty clothes on, but he's got this beautiful jacket on as well. This really well manicured, maintained, dirty fingernails, but. I'm showing it, and I'm doing it kind of so he could see what it's like to not be well dressed among the well dressed people, but be kind of well dressed at the same time. It's
yeah. So this sharp young woman stops you and says, "So what's his name?"
Oh, he's got lips, doesn't he? What's your name, mate?
I'm Prince, love. And what's your name?
I'm Charming, man. And what's your name?
So together,
you're Prince Charming.
Yeah. Oh,
she walks away. Prince yells after her, "What? You don't like it?"
You Obama. I saw it forever now, mate.
I'm glad that he doesn't get the joke at all. It's perfect.
Oh, that's great.
You'll get it someday. Wow, that's awesome. I didn't even think of that. I really didn't think of that. I did not think of that.
No, that was an accident. But as soon as it happened, I was like, wait a minute. Wait.
So we're starting the day off with him dirty, and we're going from high-end joint to high-end joint, getting him
Cool.
like progressively like. So you're starting out with a nice bit of frock, a nice frock right here, right? It's beautiful. It suits you fine. So first lesson is look at these hands. We're gonna go and get a manicure. So let me roll. So that'd be 2 dice, right?
Just click on Indulge Vice.
Bonus dice.
I think because Insight is you only have one Insight, it's only going to be one.
Yeah.
But
he's going to give me 1 bonus die.
He will give you a bonus die if you make him into a contact. That's what I was saying. You might want to start a long-term project of like getting him, turning him into a contact.
That makes more sense.
There you go.
I mean,
let's start that.
Yeah,
Well, I'm going to do my. Hold on 1 second.
Like, or you just say one of these other contacts that you've never brought in is one of these people too. Like you could say like Chael, the vicious thug, is one of your buddies you should chum around with. But I have this feeling like you want it to be the kids.
No, I want it to be the kid. Yeah, I would love to start a clock for him, if I may. Am I allowed to just do that?
Yeah, do it.
How many is that?
Well, no, because you have to like take a downtime action to do it.
Okay, first I'm going to indulge my vice.
Yep. And you might not get to it this time, right? Like you just.
Yeah, I'm not going to get to it this time. I'm going to do that again. I'm just taking him around. I'm getting him cleaned up right now. I'm just giving. This is his primer.
Yep.
So I need a downtime action to start a clock.
No, you can just write down the clock. It's just in order to do anything to the clock, in order to affect the clock, you have to have a downtime action.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
That was the perfect number, right?
Yeah. Well, 6 would have been perfect. That was just cleared it.
Oh, you're okay. Nice. Well, hey,
that's fine. I'm good.
Awesome.
To be honest. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. How big is that? How big is the clock to turn Prince into a contact or turn him into a friend?
It's not big. 4.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, you've already done so much for these kids.
He worships you. He just doesn't trust any humans. So.
Well, that's part of this. He's going to have to.
Yeah.
All right. I'm very happy with that. What's the name that I gave for that? Why does it have a delete button on it? Done. Okay. And that is 4.
Yeah, if you click on the 4, it should fill out. If you want to spend, I mean, you have a coin, right? If you want to spend crew, crew doesn't have any coin. Never mind. If you want to spend crew rep to get more downtime actions to turn him into a contact, I'm fine with that. I don't care.
I'm good. I'll work that out in other downtime. We're poor right now, and I don't want to hurt our rep. I like the way it skyrocketed so quickly up, and the amount of friends that we've not made. I think going up in tier wouldn't hurt us.
Yep.
I'm very happy with the clock name.
What's our clock name? His name's Prince, and he is funky.
Nice.
When it comes to funk, he's a junkie.
Classic.
I'm done.
Okay. I have so many things I want to do.
Well, get going, boy.
I don't think I'm going to start them all. I'm finish them all. I'm going to do a couple if that's okay, and then I might. That's fine. So, Jed, my first thing that I want to do is just gather information, which is like I want to find out what the hell is happening in Coleridge. Like, what happened to Lane Blacks? I think Ulf brought the Warframes in, and they're busting up Union Busters. That's fine. I'm not really that interested in that part of it. I mean, not that I'm not interested. It's just that I don't. It's just that I'm not.
A quick question. Can we use can our gangs do actions, do downtime actions, or when we're doing gigs, can they do can they? No, okay.
It's a special ability.
It's a special ability to have them do an action. Yeah, we can give them one of ours if we want, and then they'll act on their quality. But so if we think like the gang is better at reducing heat than we would be because they're like if they were rooks, that might make more sense, you know. But otherwise, yeah, we have to have a special ability that lets them take. I apologize. They can't take downtime actions unless they have the special ability. They can help us with them if we want to do a group action with them helping us. Yeah. So can I find out
Make a roll.
Night Blacks? Yeah. And my plan is just to like be in crow's foot and Coleridge and asking around about them, because like we have Lampblack friends and we haven't seen them, and so I'm gonna ask around them. So I'm gonna be consorting.
Cool.
Which I'm finally not terrible at. Okay, that's standard info. I assume that this was fortune roll.
Yeah. Yeah. So the standard info is that the Lampblacks are gone. All of Bajo Baja's inner circle, their bodies were found in a fire. In a spark house, and the blue coach just wrote it off as like, you know, another bunch of drug abusers, you know, starting a fire. And none of those folks ever had a history of using Spark that anyone ever knew of.
Right.
And the coal mines were bought up by the Hive.
Okay.
And this was right after the Lampblacks saw you guys take something from the Hive and said, "Oh, well, they're easy pickings." And so they took a gambling den that paid up to the Hive, and this is what happened like the day after. And word is Bajo Baj is still around somewhere. Like there are rumors of him still around town.
Nice. Well, I let it be known that there's some coin in it for anyone who knows where he actually is.
Cool.
And let those tendrils kind of linger.
Yeah, no, it comes back fast. A spark dealer named Ring comes back and claims that coin, lickety split.
Nice.
Says he's in a drug.
I'm paying that out of my stash, not the one actual coin that I have.
Right.
Just
yeah, I figured that. He says, yeah, you'll find him in a drug den in Dunslow.
Has he been hiding out there?
You could say that.
Good to know. All right, awesome. I think I'm gonna report that back to the crew before I take anything with it. And I'd like to spend both of my downtime actions with my cult. Doing two things. One is praying to the Saint of Witches to get revenge, get a justifiable revenge for those who deserve it. And the other is to try and force one of the patrons to give me their grievances with another patron.
Oh, cool.
I think I'm gonna wait until I see like two people that don't seem to get along, and then I'm gonna wait for one of them to be alone and be like, I'm gonna act like it's like through the goddess. I'm like, I have been told that you are basically gonna do like the seance sort of charlatanism, but quickly convert it from like, I have this knowledge from the other side, and turn it into, you will tell me what it is that's been done wrong to you, because it is my duty to seek out vengeance. Cool. And I'm sort of trying to dig up a score here, as well as get myself, as well as, I mean, I don't know if I can do that both, but I'm trying to get the secrets of the matron cult, work on that clock, and then possibly have this also turn into a possible score of two nobles fighting with each other, if that comes out.
Sure.
Does that sound legit?
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell me if I actually get any useful information, but mostly I'm trying to advance this clock.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll my command, and I have +1 die to it because I have a cultist, and I've consorted with the god, and I'm commanding one of the god's worshippers.
Cool.
Nice.
Got it. So one of those, the first one, consort, was to get rid of.
The consort was to get information from about Bajo.
Got it. And the command is to relieve stress.
The command is to work on my secrets from the matron's cult.
Okay, got it. So where are you on that clock?
I'm 6 out of 12 ticks.
Cool. No. Cool. So you do find a possible score. There is a Leviathan hunter that was reported lost at sea, and it isn't. And
That's awesome.
Yeah, the nobles use it to bring in Leviathan's blood for their personal lightning barriers off the books without a tariff, without paying anything or giving anything to the Imperial.
Damn. And I assume I get this from the noble that's not that's been cut out of this.
Right. And gig? The noble is pissed because he feels like he didn't get his share.
Yeah.
And there's a boat coming in a week.
Awesome. And what he wants is for the whole, for everyone to find out about this. What he wants is like revenge on all of them for getting a cut, so that they all they get caught, totally. Basically.
Maybe, yeah.
Cool.
I mean, that doesn't have to be the job. What you guys do with that information is totally up to you.
Okay, sounds good. He's just pissed that he's been cut out of.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that the job isn't, hey, do something. The job is, holy shit, there's a
Leviathan hunter.
There's a Leviathan hunter. There's an off the books Leviathan hunter with a hull full of Leviathan's blood, and no way to get it into the city. No easy way to get it into the city.
Nice. And it's coming in soon. What's the name of the noble?
What's the name of what's that?
Can I get the noble's name?
Yeah.
Sorry to make you dig list names.
They've got what is it, page 54?
If it helps at all, in the past, House Rowan has reached out to me and said that they had issue with Strangford, who is a Leviathan hunter. I don't know if you know.
So I'll say it's House Rowan.
Cool. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Yep, I will reassure them that it is true that I give them some sort of cryptic thing about them not getting what they deserve.
Cool.
And then I think I'm going to relieve stress while I'm there.
Awesome.
Has Flint hung around? I introduced him to the cult, and I tried to get him. I brought him.
Yeah,
in last
he
time.
is. He's in with you.
Cool. All right, then I'm going to use him. I should have used him on the last one too, but I'll use him on this part of and the way I envision the indulge my vice is that I'm literally holding a seance for them.
Got it.
I'm communing, and so this is a little bit in reverse order. Actually, I should have done that first, but
okay.
Cool.
Nice.
All right, I'm done.
Scanning the man on the edge.
Yeah.
What could you possibly mean by that? I have everything I need. I'm going to stop by my dear friend Petra and invite her to a full high tea.
Nice. And Petra's the clerk, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Your stress is totally clear.
Is it?
Yeah, that's one advantage
Because I
of
took
traumaing out.
Oh, because I took the trauma?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, never mind. I'm going to.
I mean, not saying you can't take Petra and go do so with her.
Well, you know, I always like to indulge my vices. Actually, I'll take this opportunity then to continue my trolling of Joel and find out what he loves.
Awesome.
Hunt.
Sounds good.
Okay.
You just
Stalking them
Yep.
like a stag.
Whiskey standard.
Nope. Fortune. Fortune.
Fortune roll. There we go.
Yeah. I think we have 2 out of 6 ticks on there right now.
Okay. Effective standard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure why the fortune roll has an effect. A fortune roll is the effect of a fortune roll is the result of the roll, but I think that the way that they have the dice encoded, there's just not a way to take that out. So
okay. Yay!
Better a one now than later.
Exactly.
Oh no! You see, the problem is there's going to be another one later,
right?
Because that's how I roll.
You learn he really doesn't care about the people he works with, is what you learn.
Aha.
Doesn't care about the other blue coats?
He doesn't give a shit about them.
Okay.
Nice. All right. Well, that still advances the what does Joel love clock by 1 tick.
Okay.
So we're 3 out of 6 ticks on that.
Tick. What do you do with the other downtime action? Scanning?
It's a hell of a good question.
If you're at a loss, we have some heat that can be reduced. But if you have something you want to do, you can also train and get
training.
XP. Yeah, you can train.
Get a bonus to your prowess.
We have both prowess and resolve training, meaning if you train in those areas, you get 2 XP. And if you train in any other area, you get 1 XP.
Okay. No, I think I'll train up. I'll train up my prowess.
Nice. So you mark 2 XP ticks on there.
Okay. There we go.
Nice.
Alrighty then. Where are we heat wise? I didn't even bother to look at the
heat wise. We're at 6.
Okay.
It's going to go down by 1 because of just passing through.
Okay.
So we're down to 5. I think one of us, it doesn't really matter which, but one of us should probably spend a coin or one of the crew's rep to work on that.
I'll spend a coin to lower the heat.
Cool. Yeah, how do you want to do it?
I am going to, since I've been following a blue coat around, I know a great deal of places where they hang out. And so what I'm going to do is anonymously purchase drinks for everyone in the house on certain nights. And then as they are drinking away, starting to drink up their sorrows, I'm going to mention that, of course, really the Wobbegong crew is too small of a crew to invent any of these things that you guys could possibly be thinking about. We're not that tough. We're not that great.
Nice.
A lot of these things are just pointless, baseless rumors. So
just as crazy as the idea of Warframes inside Duskfall.
Exactly. which is insane. Who would do that?
It's funny because the other part of just passing through is when your heat is 4 or less, you get +1d to deceive people when you pass yourself off as ordinary citizens.
Mm-hmm.
So if our heat was already 4 or less, you would get +1d on this result on this roll.
Oh man,
reduce our heat and passing us off as regular people. But our heat is 5 right now. But it's good to remember that for things like, I don't know.
So what do I roll for this? Like fortune or something?
Well, you pick the action you're taking, and then and you make a fortune roll based on a action you're taking.
Okay. What is that then?
What do you think?
Resolve?
Does it sound like you're consorting? Does it? It's usually.
I like to think that I'm consorting, but
yeah, that sounds good.
It could also be sway. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the player always picks the action. You just try to make it fit with the other. The other thing that I could see is if you wanted to like kind of dice it, you could like make an argument for prowl by being like, I'm sneaking up to these people and like whispering in their ears, things like that. And if you do bring Petra with you,
yes,
help with this, she gives you a bonus die. If that seems like the kind of thing that a city clerk would do.
Because, she likes me, then I like her.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, you're not doing anything violent or anything like that.
Exactly. In fact, I'm being incredibly generous, if I may say so.
I think you are too.
I think so too. So there we go.
Sweet.
Got me a 5.
So that takes off 2 heat.
All right.
We're down to 3.
Good.
Which is a level that means we probably won't get a wanted level if we don't do a giant mess of a score.
You mean like bringing in Leviathan blood?
I think that could go super cool and quiet.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Cool.
It'll be great. It's what we do. We're smugglers.
That is true. So another job is possible. And I don't think we're going to get to it tonight because it's 11 o'clock already and we haven't even started. But let's think about what's for next week. You can either do the Leviathan blood job, which has a timer on it. So if you don't take that, then you'll have to wait a couple months till that ship comes back.
I think we need a repeat mission anyway. That's all about scanning.
You guys could sneak into. You guys were talking about sneaking into Ironhook.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and right. Establishing somebody in Ironhook, right?
Yep. And the Billhooks definitely have a. They want to smuggle some things to their guy in there.
To Torval?
To Torval. So they are willing to talk to you about that. So anyway, we'll talk about that. I just wanted to like throw that out there. I'll get a little more specific over emails.
Sure.
And we can figure out what job we want to do next week.
Mm-hmm.
Word.
I think it probably won't turn into a job, but I think I'll also tell, Maud will tell Charming and Scannon what she heard about the Lampblacks.
Yeah.
Because it elucidates 2 things. One, if we want to go talk to Bajo and find out what really happened.
We could do that right now too. Like that could be like a little free play we do right now. If you guys want to go talk to Bajo and find out what happened to Lampblacks.
I think that'd be great.
Sure. Do that.
Because
Cool.
the other thing Maud says is like, that's what happened when someone took something from the hive. And when we took something from the hive, instead they made us a job offer. I'm really wondering how long.
And again, since we hit the Dimmer Sisters, we've just up our occult status.
Yeah, I'm still wondering how long that offer is going to stay on the table before they say it's too late, and we get this, and we turn out to be a bunch of spark addicts.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I agree with
that. But yeah, I think that's all. Neither here nor there until we actually find out.
Next game until we talk to Bajo.
Yeah. So you said a drug den in Dunslow?
Yeah.
Dunslow is it's one of the poorer districts in Duskfall. It has a lot of the Ironhook. It's where Ironhook is for one thing, but it's also where a lot of the workers that basically are on like work release programs. Well, it's not really work release. It's just work programs. He doesn't actually help your sentence. You have to go out into the Deathlands for that to happen. But where a lot of the laborers are put to work in a big quarry that's in there. So it's just a dusty, crappy, poor.
It is a shithole. The streets are mud, and it's total Deadwood season 1 in there.
I do not want to be here.
There is it's all literally like prisoners from Iron Hook who just like couldn't stumble their way into the city, and so like they just stayed here. There are prisoners there are convicts' families who would just want to be able to visit easily. It is the slum of Duskwall, and it all lies in the shadow of the Iron Hook prison. You guys walk in, and there's this old woman built like a barrel, pushing a cart, mumbling to herself. And welcome to Duskwall. Welcome to Dunslow. You were saying?
No. I'm wondering how Charming handles, walking down these muddy streets.
I knew what we were getting into, so I bought galoshes, and they're like up to my knees. And I'm like, every time I look down at them, there's like it's greasy in my pants. Very, very not helping. It's just welcome to us. Go. Oh well, fine. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you so much for the warm greeting. Cup of tea? No. Great.
I'm going to turn to you and go. Don't take tea in vain. All right. I'm just letting you know. It's important. Civilization is built around tea. I'll have you know.
Well, since I've been reminded on account of our just passing through, I think that Maud certainly looks the part to be in Dunslow. She always looks the part to be in Dunslow, and I want to take advantage of that to be like, we're just visiting. We're just visiting an old friend, and I kind of like nod in the direction of Iron Hook to give the impression that we're regular people here.
Yep.
Shouldn't cause any attention.
The only really solid building in the Dunslow ghetto is the guards barracks, and the drug den that Bajo is apparently in is literally built against the guard barracks.
Oh wow!
And it leans against it. Like if the building went away, this drug den would fall over.
Would just collapse over.
Yeah, there's just nothing holding it up but the stone of the barracks.
Nice. And I assume the bluecoats that are about could give zero shits about it.
They just don't care.
I want to make sure that
or less.
I want to make sure the area is safe. That they're not like. I'd like to roll a little survey just to reconnoiter the area a little bit and just get a good idea of whether or not we are in danger here.
Cool. Controlled standard.
I'd like to throw a help at you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Nice.
Whoa.
Like to think that help was that last time.
Yeah, me too.
There you go.
Yeah, I think 6. I think you were about to like.
6 is for me, Pete. Thank you.
You were about to like walk into some trouble, and Scannon like gave you like a whistle, like back in the day, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And
a couple of hand gestures, and like,
yeah,
what's going on there? Yeah, there's some.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like what you've gotten from the survey is that word has gone out that like the Wobbegong crew has come into Dunslow, and they're just giving you wide berth. No one here wants to F with you. No one.
Right. Right, so I'm going to clear the place. You go in and talk to him, right? Does that work for you?
It's fine with me.
All right. I'm opening the door. I'm walking up to the proprietor. I'm guessing there is some sort of proprietor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love the idea of like it's this totally shabby place, but we walk in and there's still like the shop clerk, like top of the day to you. Would you fancy some grub?
I'm looking around this clear. I'm guessing there's a tough somewhere watching the door.
No.
No? Right.
It is amateur hour. It seriously is amateur hour. Also, they're right next to the barracks.
Right.
Like a lot of the people sparking in here are guards and blue coats. Like it's and some of them are like just out convicts who like just got out and like came here right away to get their first hit.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna walk in the room, clearly sober, taller than everybody else. Looking around, I'm gonna put my elbows on the bar and just stare at her, and I'm gonna say, "Love, I'm gonna stand here for a bit, and neither of us are gonna say anything. My friends are gonna do something, and then we're gonna leave, and I'll be that."
Yes, sir.
Grand. How are you? What's your name?
Echo.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Echo. I've been called Charming. Now, if you just keep your eyes on me, everything's going to be okay, love.
We don't want no trouble, Mr. Charming.
Neither do we, mate. Neither do we.
You here to see him? A lot of folks have been coming by to see him.
We're here to make things better.
He's asleep in one of the rooms upstairs.
Well, that's good. That'll make things better. It's nothing you got to worry about. It's all off your hands now.
I'm going to settle up next to him and go, which room is he in?
If you go up the stairs and go straight, he's in that one.
Thank you.
And so these are going to say, he's the one you got to worry about. Scares the bloody hell out of me. I'll tell you that right now.
And then a crazy witch just walks behind them.
Yep.
Would you fit more in this, I think, where you're dressed?
Exactly. I think Maud just looks like she's probably going to go light up.
Yeah. So Bajo is in this room, passed out with a spent spark pipe that's blacked out from the spark in his hand. His fingers are a little burned from the spark. And yeah, I don't know if any of you have ever smelled anyone who's just been steeped in their own urine for a really long time. But I work in a public library, and I have. And it is unpleasant. It is really, really unpleasant.
I used to work at the Port Authority. I know what you mean.
It is really...
I've worked with geriatrics who suffer from dementia and other disabilities. So
yeah.
Hugs to you, Pete. Hugs to you. And yeah, the smell is like it's in your mouth. Like it just like I don't know how it just it's
you can't avoid it. You can't pinch your nose. It
I
doesn't
wouldn't be able to do this.
There's a level of acrid that really just and it never seems to go away for about 5-6 minutes. You just can't seem to escape it.
Yeah.
It's like umami.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's Bajo sitting in that, passed out asleep. He's got his hat that used to be kind of like a jaunty thing he had off to the side, and it's over his face.
Nice. I know this is would Rorik have come with us?
We could do a flashback to Rorik.
If we told them we were gonna go see Bajo? Seems like as fellow gang leaders, they might have some history, or do have some history.
He'll go with you.
Yeah.
I'll carry him. I don't mind. I've carried him before.
Cool.
Yeah. John says anyone in Berkeley knows that. That is true. Working on campus. Yeah. So yeah, I think there's a splash of like warm sour ale in his face, which I imagine is a glass of if it's been sitting out for some time.
Or it may be urine. We're not sure. It's the same
Well, I'd like to
color.
let's just say it's ale, and we'll hope that it is. Maybe it's air quotes ale.
There you go.
Maud splashes in his face to try and rouse him.
I hold up the hat so that you can get it right now.
Yeah.
He wakes up.
Well, good morning.
Hey.
We heard you had a spot of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
I'm okay. I'm just. You know how it is when you work in the old vices and it gets a little out of control. That's all this is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just having a tough week. We've all had them, right?
Oh, indeed we have.
Right. What brings you lads to Dunsville?
I'm going to look back at Mud.
We've heard some stories that sound like some of your crew have had an even tougher week.
Yeah.
Seems like things aren't so good for the Lampblacks.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I can't help but think that we're somehow tangled in all of that.
While Mud's talking, I'm going to be rolling a cigarette, lighting it, and smoking it.
Oh, nice.
How lucid does he seem? Like, am I talking to somebody who's just so high that they're not going to make any sense, or is he?
No, he's hearing you.
Okay. So,
I mean, if you're feeling bad about it, you could toss me a couple coin for the trouble, you know?
That's what it's for, the trouble.
There you go.
I'd rather find out. I don't think a couple of coin are going to do you any good here. And she kind of looks around all like the discarded spark pipes and other like drug paraphernalia on the ground. Why don't you tell me what happened? Maybe we can see about getting you back on your feet. You know, when you're ready for it.
Nah. Just, if you don't got coin, then just get out of here, Maud. I'm not.
We didn't just bring coin. We brought an old friend.
Yeah, and Rorik, comes out.
Yeah.
Bajo, what is this? Now, when Bajo sees him, like seeing like an old friend, he just like, he breaks down. He puts his hat over his face, says, "Don't look at me. I don't want any of you looking at me."
Come now, Bojo. Tell us what happened. Tell us what really happened.
I feel ready to like, because I mean, obviously Bajo was embarrassed and whatnot. Like, I feel ready to push. Like, I have a very like tough love approach to make.
Yeah.
If it seems like he's not, if he is still equivocating and trying to pushing back, because I'm quite ready to like get in his face a little bit about, well, not a little bit, get in his face about this.
Yeah. He doesn't want to tell you. I think you're gonna have to make a roll.
Okay. Maud grabs his collar and she gets up close to him, and like she does not smell nearly as bad as he does, but I think like she manages to like not, for at least a moment, she managed to like not wince, and she gets like her grimy face right in front of his grimy face, and she says, "This isn't just about you and your fucking lot. We were in this together against the Hive. We've taken from them and you've taken from them. We've seen what they've done to you, and we need to know if they're going to do it to us too. This is about our survival. And if you want to make it through the week yourself, you're gonna pick yourself up out of this fucking filthy mess and tell us what happened and help us prepare for it to happen to us as well, and maybe even make it right." And I'm hoping that he will both feel like emboldened to do something about it, but also a responsibility to let us know what the hell happened. I want to command him to spill.
Cool.
Ooh, there you go.
Awesome. Great effect. Controlled environment.
Cool. Charming, are you came up with this, right? Or did you stay downstairs?
No, he stayed down there, but I can give you. I can give you some help, I guess.
Yeah, I will totally take it.
Okay, sure. It's 2 stress to help you. Is that what the deal is?
Just one.
Oh, okay.
Controlled.
Yeah, I'm going to just kind of slide over your shoulder and give him the look.
I assume that he is not a worshiper of the cult of the Saint of Witches.
He is not.
Great. I need to figure out who he worships so I can boss him around better that way too. Nice.
Cool. He starts crying, and he says,
Nice.
Everybody in the gang who owns anything, if there was a lien on your house, if there was a payment that was a little late, it all came due. Everything came due. People on the street, people who sold food to us, their carts got bought, they got replaced. Bolt holes where we used to keep stashes, the buildings would have been bought and they were bulldozed or burned. And then our fucking HQ got bought. They bought the fucking coal mines.
And you know who did this? You know it was the Hive that did it.
Of course we fucking knew. But by then it was too late. I went to round up my lieutenants, my best muscle. They were gone. Just gone. No ghosts, no bellwether, nothing. Gone.
And why do you think they left you?
It's a fucking cautionary tale. It's a fucking cautionary tale to people like you. That's why.
It is fairly persuasive.
They told me that if I didn't make a ruckus, that if I went down to Dunslow and lived simple, they'd kill my folk fast. Otherwise, they said they found people who could take their ghosts and put them in machines that would put them into nothing but pain for years.
Fuck.
Renegade spirit wardens or some shit. They said they didn't know much about it, but they could hire them if they needed to. They said if I stayed in Dunslow and kept a low profile and didn't pick up another knife or lead another gang, my crew would go easy. So I fucking came down to Dunslow and I sparked up.
Can't say that I blame you.
No, neither can I.
This is no way to go down. There's something not right about it. It's not just about, there's something not right about their threats. They don't have spirit wardens or whispers. That's why they came to us to try and hire us. They might have every ability to find your friends, truss them up, inflict all manner of temporal punishments upon them. But I think they're rolling you over a barrel if they tell you that they're going to torture their ghosts.
Can you say it for sure, though?
Who knows? I'm sure there are whispers that can do it. I just don't. Doesn't match up. But what they've done is bad enough.
They said they had friends in the Ministry of Preservation. Their friends in the Ministry of Preservation had other friends who could do this. I don't give a fuck. You don't understand how it all came cascading down. It was like fucking dominoes. They bought my mother's house. There was a lien and they just bought it. Had her evicted.
She's still out there.
She's living with her sister.
I feel like Maud looks back to Scannon and asks him, so is it still business as usual? This doesn't affect us. This isn't a job. This isn't our business.
No.
Or do we care about this?
What this does means that we need to make the deal with the Hive.
And this sad lot.
This sad lot is gone. He took the deal. The Lamplights are dead. No ghosts. No bellwether.
Could have just taken them. They've got resources to hide people. We know that.
And are you going to search out each and every one of them? With what coin? With what resources? We have to look at the long game, Mud.
True enough. Is this one of those casualties of the long game? Guy who fought beside us.
Yes. We saw people who were part of the long game fall on beaches.
Sure. But if they still had a pulse, we picked them back up, put them back together. We didn't give up until their ghosts were harrying us.
Then so be it. We'll wait until his ghost harries us. And we'll put him at the warehouse with the other ones.
Point being, on the beaches, we didn't give up on someone. No, he's not part of our crew.
But the fact is he's not part of the crew. He's not one of the Wobbegong. And it's unfortunate. He got a bit big for his britches. We, however, have marketable skills.
He did. I think Charming hears Maud laughing upstairs. He did.
You know, Maud, anytime that you want to walk away, you're welcome to.
Ooh.
Not like that would matter.
Wouldn't it? And I turn and walk away.
Nice.
So
I think that's a good end of the session.
that is a good one. Pete, do you want Scannon to flip over to the Hive?
Yeah, I want the whole crew to.
Oh, you want
deal with the Hive.
You want the crew to make the crew? Okay.
Yeah, I want the whole crew to
right,
accept the Hive offer to be under contract.
Yeah,
because we'll have money and resources, and
since we won't be getting hunted down by really powerful people.
But also, we also have the clout, since we have the Denver Sisters, to sit there and say, we'll come under contract under one condition: no more human trafficking. You know.
Yeah, I doubt they'll take that offer, but we could certainly make it.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's one of those things where if we, in the long run, can show them that it's more cost effective to have us on board and not human traffic, I don't see why that's not going to be a deal for them.
That's interesting.
So
right, we'd have to show that we were more profitable.
Okay,
but,
so next game is going to start, I think, with the crew talking about this.
This scene's not over for me.
Okay,
sorry.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, guys.
And we can do this next week, or we can do it now. I know Pete's got to go to bed.
No, we can do it now. That's fine.
Okay. If I see Scannon coming down, I'm like, right, mate, ready then, good. He's coming.
No, he's staying.
No. I look behind me. Give me a bucket of water.
I'm going to put my hands on Charming's shoulders, look him in the eye, and say, he made a deal. He made a choice. He's staying here.
No, mate. No,
Yes.
wait. Just trust me for a second.
Is he Wobbegong?
Who knows? I need
Is
to
he
see
Wobbegong?
who he is. You saw him. Give me a moment, right? Just give me a second.
I'll be outside.
Right. I look behind her. Give me a bucket of water now. Come on. Bucket of water.
She gets you she gets you a bucket of water. It's brackish.
I pick it up. Right. Water.
Right.
I pick it upstairs.
It's liquid. Yeah. When you get in there, Maud is hunched down, like over Bajo. She's talking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. It reeks. I don't know if Rorik left or not. I don't know if Rorik left with. He was out.
I think he left with Scannon.
Cool. And she is. Yeah, I think I don't think it really mattered. I think she was talking to him about like where his family was, getting information that if we wanted to help them out, we would be able to put them in a better place, hide them out or something like that. Like obviously she doesn't know whether the gang's gonna go along with it, but that's the kind of conversation. It's less intense, less yelling at him, more quiet conversation. And when the door opens, she's like, she expects that it's she expects it at Scannon, so she looks a little surprised when you come in, Charming.
Right. What's so funny? I heard you laughing.
Oh. It was a bad joke. Crow said that the Lamplacks got in over their heads and they went after the hive.
Right,
And this is what's left of them.
It is. Yeah. You, get up.
Pot kettle black.
Right. But still dead, still not dead. You, up, now. I'm putting the bucket of water on the floor. Just look me in the eyes. That's all I'm going to ask you to do. Just look me in the eyes, mate. I'm going to start counting as soon as he makes eye contact.
Okay. He makes eye contact.
How long? I'm not breaking eye contact. I'm counting how long it takes for him to look away.
A second.
Right. That's fucking abysmal, mate. Now, take out those piss-soaked rags right now. Do whatever I tell you, because you're already broken, right? You're going to do what I tell you, aren't you? Take off those piss-soaked rags right fucking now.
Get out of here, Charming.
No, mate.
What
you're
you're
leaving
doing,
one way or another.
what
Take
you're doing.
off the rags.
Cool. So you got to make a roll.
Yeah, I'm going to make a command roll.
No, but wait. Now, I want to know what exactly you want out of this.
I want him to strip off because I'm going to give him a little bath up here, and I'm going to get his attention, and I want him to understand that he's either going to leave with us now, or I'm going to end his pain right now.
He understands that but he's not moving.
I'm asserting my dominance the way a drill sergeant would assert his dominance.
Yeah, and
exactly what it was during the war.
Yeah, no, but and you've done that before, right? Like you've been a soldier, and you know what it is when a soldier is so worn down by everything that they sit down in the mud and they're like, "Well, this is it for me," and that's exactly where he is.
Yeah,
right.
shoot me as a deserter if you want to, but I'm not getting up again.
Good, that's fine. This is exactly where I want him.
And I think like Maud's only statement in this is just to say he's still got something to lose if he leaves this place. Right now, he's got family that can be hurt.
His family's already hurt, mate. Look at this.
They can be hurt
Look
worse.
At this man right here. This broken piece of flesh and bone, which means nothing to no one anymore. His family don't give a fucking care about him anymore. He's already lost. He's a pile of pus sitting in the bed right now. He means nothing to anyone.
Charming.
He's giving up. Look at him.
Charming.
Yes. Yes, do you have something to say now? Are you a man now?
Just leave, mate.
No, mate.
You're being cruel.
I'm looking over to Maud. Remember Lieutenant Skorsky? Had a baby right before we left. Took one right in the eye in front of us. We went back home. That entire family gutted because of one man being gone, right? If you go to their ass now, it's a completely different story. They got angry. They got mad. They lost a couple of their own, but you know what? They're back. This one, you know what he knows? He's got mates in and across all of Duskfall. They might not be his mates anymore, but he knows them, right?
He starts sparking up.
I'm not even looking. I'm not talking to Maud.
Yeah.
He's got a network of people that are useful to us, and he got to where he was for a reason, right?
He can't get back on this horse
I disagree.
right now.
Not right now. No. This is a project, mate.
it's a project, and you're not going to force it. You can't splash a bucket of water. She kind of like gestures to like the one she's already splashed his face. You can't splash him down with a bucket of water and hand wash all this away. If
No,
we
you
wanna-
don't understand, mate. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm making sure when I give him my coat, he doesn't make it fucking putrid. I'm taking him because he's not a man anymore. Now he's a resource. I'm taking him with me, and either I'm going to build him back up, or I'm going to throw him in a fucking canal. He can either decide to be a man again, or we're going to fucking kill him.
My point is, right now, he leaves this place. People he cares about, people in his crew get hurt. We want to do something. We want to help him. If you want to help him, build him up or do whatever with him.
His crew doesn't exist anymore. The Hive aren't going after anyone anymore, mate. He's done. He stayed in this piss hole for how many days, mate? He's done. They're not looking after his family anymore. What sense does that make? Spend a coin on spending people to kill his people? He's done. He's already done. So he's a resource. Either we fix him and use him, or we throw him in the fucking canal.
Is it okay if I try to kill him now?
I mean, I don't think either Charming or Maud. Maud says, or we leave him here. He doesn't cost us a slug to stay here, and we try and rebuild that network he's got. And when we can, we bring him back. When he will be of use to us. When he will be an asset. Right now, he's dead weight.
If we leave him now, he won't be here when we get back. Look at him. He will be dead within a couple of weeks.
Oh, I can make that happen much faster.
Or a couple of seconds.
Think about it for a second. I know I'm being overly harsh, and that's because of this. This makes me very mad. After what we saw and what we did, none of us gave up, right? And I'm not letting this happen either. Now, as self-serving as I understand this is, he can be of great use to us, because eventually, what's going on in the Coal Black's former area of power is going to be a problem for us, right? We're going to need somebody on the inside who knows what's there, aren't we? We're getting more powerful every day. He's an amazing resource. We keep him alive, which is easy enough to do.
Hold on. So does Scannon walk in and kill him? Is that what happens, Pete?
No, I'm going to veil in and slit his throat.
Okay.
Right. I would say I think Maud and Charming should make opposed command rolls right now, because we're both like yelling in each other's faces, telling each other.
I really think
this
that
is
should
how it's
happen
gonna
before any kind of action I take. I think that they
That's
should
fine.
take opposed command
Right.
rolls.
But once you decide to take that action, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do, because
Right, exactly.
that's
Same with Maud, right? Like her argument, but the contingency, it's funny because we're talking about PvP earlier. The contingency on this is that each of them have the ability to affect the other. Like I think Maud can be swayed by Charming. Can Charming be swayed by Maud? Because if not, there's not really a versus role, right? Like if you're just like, no, there's no way he would ever listen to her,
that's a good point.
then it's not this and it's something else. I think we could both be like yelling in each other's faces, make an opposed command roll, whoever rolls best sways the other person, even if it's only a small amount. But if you're like, there's no way, then we can just see if Charming convinces Maud.
I think if you were to give Charming some metaphysical reason as to why he's never going to be able to be built back up, he'd give up. You understand people's souls and all their inner workings.
Yeah. I mean, I think the part that she would just say is like, when the hive couldn't get to us, they found other friends. They found other friends with whispers, and those whispers have his crew and their souls ready to grind up into bits, just like the spirit wardens were ready to do to us. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's her argument. I still think we should bring it to a roll though. I don't.
Sure. So we're opposing our command rolls?
Yeah, we just make fortune command rolls and
fortune. Oh yeah, okay. Just roll command,
because it's really just who's getting the best result on a command roll. I'm not going to push, but if you wanted to,
No, I'm not pushing.
All right. I just got a 4. Nice.
Oh snap!
All right. So
now I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah. So Maud is like, Maud basically feels like she's.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
She told you like everything that she feels like you need to hear, and you either have taken it in and disregarded it, or you've never heard it, and she's just like, You're right. I've been too selfish. It's fine. Take him. We'll use him for the good of the crew." And she's
what?
like, okay.
So what do I need to?
Dude,
to
I don't
just
think
kind
you
of
do anything. I think you need to spend
No.
his best to use Ghost Veil and say he's dead.
Okay.
Because
There you
none of
go.
us are contesting that.
All right.
Yep.
Excellent.
And he
Yep.
certainly
Okay.
isn't.
So that I'm gonna veil from the blue coat side, and kind of very curiously gently cradle his head, and then just give him the Coleridge smile,
Yep.
ear to ear.
Nice.
It's noticeable, invisible.
I'm still. You see a shadow detach itself from the wall, slightly envelop his head. A blade come out. His throat been split, and then scan and materialize fully.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we finished here now?
Oh, and he says, "Are we finished here now?" And then
Yes.
somewhere in the distance, the bell rings.
Dong.
The bellwether bell rings.
Yep.
And I think we end the game right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
And we thought it was with Scannon storming out of the room.
He
Nice.
stormed back in. He's not storming.
And like what I thought with Bazo is that, I mean, one of the things you can always do with a character is retire them.
Yeah.
Right.
But if they don't have any resources, this is how they end up.
Yeah. This is what happens when you retire with zero lifestyle, right?
So
right.
like, this is what I figured is like, he's a guy whose tier 2 gang was taken apart and he retired with nothing left.
Yep.
No, it made perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cool.
and I certainly, like I said, being completely pragmatic, I don't even see him as a resource.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He's
It
just
would
dead
take
weight.
too much of our time and energy to build him back up again.
Right.
No, I totally. Yeah.
Jason understands your point of view.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great that we each have our own. Like Charming's like, let's take him and use him. Maud's like, let's get him into a place where let's fix the situation. And Scannon's like, let's stop wasting time.
Exactly.
Which are all like a valid. Like we could have pursued any of those routes. Now we can pursue one of them. Actually, that's not true. He's got a ghost in there. We could still pursue the using his knowledge route, but we'll figure that out next session.
Yeah. Awesome.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow, indeed, Dark Lavender.
Yeah.
That was intense.
Yeah, that was intense. Let's do some XPs.
Yeah.
Okay then.
You think we
Oh, sure.
conflict with our backgrounds tonight?
Oh, sure. No, I don't think so. I don't think Maud and I just got a boatload of XP for that.
So I'll do the crew.
Okay.
You did not execute a successful smuggling or acquire new clients. You did not contend with challenge. Yeah, I think you did contend with challenges.
I would. Well, I don't know if we got new clients. I found out about new clients though.
Oh, that's true.
I found out about the nobles who have a
Cool.
Right. The Leviathan shipment. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll put that in there then. Contend with challenges above your current station. Yes, you did. I'll put that in. Boop.
Cool.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
What about our rep with Skurlock? He certainly was evaluating us.
That's true.
I don't
That's
know
true.
if when we took actions with him, A, demanding money, and B, taking this kid and breaking his hold on this kid.
Yep.
The whole
Yep.
thing with this guy was foreshadowed by the thing with the governor's son. Like it's
Yeah.
save the governor's
Totally.
son, and that's it.
Totally.
Gonna
Yeah.
kill this kid.
And I think that's going to be like the where you get 2 XP is express the goals and inner drives, conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I'll be right back.
I think you guys get 2 for that because,
yes, because we were basically fighting about what we're all about the whole goddamn game.
like I feel like this game was about the soul of the Wobbegong crew. Like, what is it?
Yeah,
Like, what are we about? What are you guys about?
right. And the answer is 3 different things for 3 different people, right?
Yeah,
Right. Like there's very little that we agreed on.
At no point in time has this gang ever had a gang leader, and now it's showing the cracks for that.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, it was kind of Scannon, but like now Scannon's kind of damaged goods. Like it's a big mess.
Yeah.
A big, glorious, awesome mess.
Right. Well, and Maud has introduced nothing but complications to the crew ever since she showed up.
Which
She's
is
like,
great.
hey, demon power. Hey, fuck demon power. Hey.
That's just life in Duskwall, man. That's not mod.
True enough.
It's just Chinatown.
All right. Pete, Jay, you want to do
Yeah.
Charming?
Let's set the 2 already for what we just talked about. All right. I don't think I did any desperate actions tonight. Just a challenge with violence, coercion. Yeah, I think I did it at least once.
Certainly in the downstairs, and with Bajo.
With each other. We only take 1 for those, right?
You take 1 if it happened once. You take 2 if it happened multiple times, or I think it's also in the book because or if it was like a huge, if it only happened once, but it was like a big, super big event that happened. But
I think there were at least 2 times.
I think there were multiple times that you did.
Yeah. And beliefs and backgrounds, I've already taken the 2 for that. Struggled with issues from a vice or trauma during the section. I don't think. I mean, I had to wear galoshes. That's really not struggling.
Luxury and reckless. Yeah.
Reckless, yes. Well, yes.
With just carrying that kid out of Skurlock's house before we decided whether it was a good idea or not.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yep. There's a lot that I went over and ate Skurlock's fruit immediately.
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
Didn't think about it. All right. Okay. That's going to be a point of finesse right there.
Nice. Pete, you want to do Skinnons?
Sure. I don't think I rolled anything desperate. I don't think I addressed a challenge with stealth or evasion.
You certainly ended the argument of what to do with
stealth.
Bajo with stealth.
Well, that's for sure. Let's see here. I have expressed my beliefs 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. You only get up to 2 for it, but yes.
Okay, so 2.
Yeah.
And struggled with issues from my traumas. Yes, I did. Because being inherently cold, I see everybody as either a benefit or a detriment. So,
yeah, which is putting you directly at odds with Mod for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, our traumas are basically pretty much aligned to generate XP for us at this point because they're aligned to put us at odds with each other and put us in bad situations. Mm-hmm. Which, is why we spent most of the session arguing rather than doing a score. All right.
Which is fine.
That's the argument.
Character building.
Yeah. Right. No, I agree completely. No, I'm not. That is not. I'm not. Okay. Did I just challenge with knowledge or arcane power? I broke Skurlock's binding on that governor's son. I tried to figure out the texts that we had, but I don't think that was a challenge. That was kind of more flavor text of just like Mod, like, yeah, I'm curious about this. I don't think I was like, gotta know what it is. So I think I'm just taking that one for the son. I did study his wound to determine whether or not it was dangerous. I don't know if we feel like that's addressing a challenge with knowledge.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think so, right? Because like it was her knowledge of like, anatomy and whatnot to know that like we've got to do a thing, otherwise he's gonna.
Right.
So okay, that fills up my playbook. Did I express my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? I feel like I'm gonna jump on the same boat that everyone else did, and that Mod's beliefs about what this crew is about came in direct conflict with both Charming and with Scannon. Charming, it was more a matter of like interpretation. It was like, yes, he's useful, but let's do it a different way. In Scannon, it was directly like butting heads, like, no, what you value and what I value are 2 very different things. I feel like with Charming, it could still be a nuanced matter of like, once he said his piece, she was like, okay, fine. We can still talk, but I don't know that Mod and Scannon are talking right now. Or at least not talking. Not necessary. Struggle with issues for your vice or trauma during the session. I don't think so. My vice and trauma. Well, I struggled with being obsessed because I went and I had a major debate over whether what we did would make Skurlock be more or less of a resource, because I really want him to help us getting rid of demons, and I talked to him a lot about it, and helping the kid was really a matter of like, that gives him information about us, that we have a moral compass and all this notions. I'm going to take 1 for that, because that was, it was important, but it didn't rule the session. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Good XP session. And
I feel like I know Maud and Scannon better after this session than any other session.
Yeah.
I think so too.
And I thought it was a really interesting idea that Scannon said, if we can prove that the hive will be more profitable with us but without human trafficking, that's the deal.
Right.
And I was like, ooh.
That's the offer I made to what's his name, and he was basically like, nope, that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
So,
but I don't think you had the
Right.
the spectral savviness on your side, because that's what they're missing.
Right. And like, he's their muscle. Like, he's not their brains. And that's not exactly
as far as
what
I'm
you
concerned,
said.
that's their brains.
Right. But and that's not exactly what you said.
Right.
Like, you never said like, well, let us prove it to you that we can be more profitable without it.
It was more like, get rid of it, and then we'll have it back,
and then we'll talk. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Cool. That was good times. All. Thanks everybody.
Good stuff.
In Twitch for hanging out with us.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys know I just got a character advance. It's a little bit of it's a little wonky to say she could have picked this up just then, but between just talking to Bajo right now about people in Ironhook, and between possibly doing a job from the bill hooks, I'm thinking about taking Jailbird so that Maud can be the person we smuggle in to Ironhook, and I'll take a turn at Ironhook, having certainly less trauma than Scannon does. Because Scannon, if you take another trauma, you're out.
Yes, I retire.
I would be happy to have Maud go in and then play another character for a little while she actually serves some real time. Because we have a wanted level of 1 right now. We need to like serve real time, not just like a couple weeks. So I'm thinking about if we're interested in taking the billhooks job, having Maud be part of the package that goes in, so we can build that network inside.
Nice.
Nice.
And then I don't know, we could also do like a split game where I play Maud and you two both play new characters that are like part of the gang or part of the crew in Ironhook, and we like develop the Ironhook side of Wobbegong too, where we have a session in there if we want to do that as well. I don't know if that's appealing to you guys at all, but it's
totally down. Yeah,
it's more plausible than all of the crew being inside Ironhook, because that's not a good.
That's bad for business. That's just bad for business.
Yeah,
I deeply love playing Charming, but I will be happy to play somebody else. But,
yeah, and we could keep that Bargus Bay thing going, where like there were people who were with you guys in Bargus Bay who are now in Ironhook, who have never been out.
Right. Also, part of why Maud wants to go to Ironhook, or well, she'll offer, is because right now she can't handle Scannon. Like, that's another reason as well. Is like he's like, "Do you want out?" And there's a part of it who's like, "Yeah." So this is her way of thinking. Like, I can still be part of the crew and still do good for the crew without having to be around the crew. So I could basically forestall that argument a little while, right? Maybe we'll cool down. Maybe we won't be so heated next time we see each other. So anyway, that's my thought.
I don't know. I also find it very interesting the dynamic in and of the fact that we don't really have a clear leader, and we never have. Willoughby was a little bit just because at the start, Charming and Scannon were willing to go, yeah, okay,
yeah, right.
Well, other than that, it's been this weird triumvirate.
In the beginning, when you don't have when you're not like, when you're a new crew that doesn't have a lot of investment, you're just kind of like, well, whatever job we take is fine. But then as you develop attachments to people in the world, you start caring, and now we start fighting over what jobs we're going to do and what's going to happen.
And something I always try to do with you guys is say, like, there are 2 jobs you're hearing about.
Right.
And so you guys got to choose, and I feel like in the branching of that, there were, like you kind of the Wobbegong flavor kind of got cooked, and came to fully baked. yeah, good stuff. That was a lot of fun. I didn't know that Bajo Baj theme was going to be so rich. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't either. It was great.
Fantastic.
All right,
Cool.
get some sleep.
All right.
Good night, folks.
Night all.
Going
Here,
to.
guys.
Thanks
Night.
everybody in chat for hanging out with us. We will see you guys. We'll figure out what our next game is, and we'll announce it when it happens. So, night chat.